children and you been trying to get a skate park?
Well, the campaign began, I think, about 2 years ago, when in my class we were trying to learn a little bit about persuasive language, and the class that I had at the time, which included yourself, as you remember, thought that it'd be nice to develop a genuine campaign rather than just doing a kind of textbook exercise. And the issue that they most wanted to campaign on was the fact that there's not a great deal for young people to do in Kirkcudbright, and that a skate park would be a positive thing. So it's been on the go for 2.5 years now, I think.
Can you give a rough estimation on when it could be finished if all goes well?
If all goes exceptionally well, then it could be finished maybe in a couple of years, I think, or a year and a half. I think 2017 would be a really good deadline to kind of work towards, but with the understanding that there could be complications as we go along.
What sort of fundraising have you done for this?
Well, lots of different people have done lots of different things. There's a group of local children who've been involved from the beginning, and they've done things like a sponsored skate around the Kirkcudbright Half Marathon. There's been bag packing at the local supermarket. There was a stall at the winter fair at the local church at Christmas time. And we've also had some sponsorship from organisations like the Inner Wheel, which is related to the Rotary Club, and various local businesses have been very kind and have sponsored us, and we're hoping that that will continue, because we've got quite a hill to climb with the funding.
How much have you raised so far?
I actually couldn't tell you, but I don't know exactly, but it's certainly in the thousands of pounds, which is extremely impressive considering it's not been on the go for that long, and it's just been, most of the work has been done by the local children and by members of the Skatepark committee. So it's been very much a grassroots enterprise so far. We haven't had any big sponsorship yet, although we will be going for that. But the fact that we've managed to raise a few £1,000s already is extremely encouraging.
What inspired you to take up the skate park idea?
You guys did, actually. The children. I mean, I skated when I was a boy. I had a skateboard when I was wee, but I haven't been on one for a long time. Because I think it would probably fall off.
Were you any good?
I could go quite fast. I didn't know any tricks, but I used to walk my dog around the block, and I lived in Aberdeen, which is quite a hilly city, so you could get up a good head of steam, but I was by no means brilliant. But it's also, I know lots of folk who have been into skating, and it seems to just be a very positive culture, you know, more so than maybe some of the other sports. I know that some things like football and things are great for you, but they're extremely competitive, whereas skateboarding seems to be really supportive, and the people who are very good at it like to encourage the young people and, you know, share their skills and share their tricks. And I think that that's a very good positive thing to have in a community.
Do you have a planned site for it?
We do, yes. It's just across from where the swimming pool is. Kirkcudbright has a community-owned swimming pool, as you know, and there's a kind of proposal to turn that area into a bit of a sports village. And just across the road from the pool there's an area of grass which isn't really used for anything. It leads onto a football pitch, but there's a biggish area which is not really used for anything much now. And we have had approval from the council to use that site, so we're very hopeful that that's going to be the place that it's going to go.
Is there a particular age group that it's aimed at?
No, not really. I think that the initial kind of impetus came from the fact that there's not much for younger people to do in Kirkcudbright. But that could be anyone from, you know, primary school children like the ones I teach now to teenagers. But skating is getting more popular with you know, 20-somethings, 30-somethings. There's a great roller derby team in Kirkcudbright, and you know, people like that might want to come and get involved with events at the skate park. So it really genuinely could be for anyone.
Would you use it or know anyone who would?
I would certainly be taking my boys there, and I might be tempted to clamber on board a skateboard again at some point just for comedy value, but I know lots of people who are looking forward to this getting off the ground and will be wanting to use it.
How many people are involved?
Well, let me see. In terms of the fundraising, it's been dozens of people. There's a kind of core committee which includes about 8 or 9 of us, and you're one of them. So we have a kind of official committee group, and that includes a chairman, a treasurer, secretary, and some PR people, and it's just a really nice group of people who are kind of pooling a lot of different skills from the community. But literally anybody can get involved, and as we go further along this year, we're going to have more fundraising opportunities where people could join in and lend a hand. So we're always on the lookout for new volunteers and new helpers.
What could people do if they wanted to help?
Well, keep an eye on the Facebook page. We have a Kirkcudbright Skatepark Facebook page, and that announces any time that we've got a meeting coming up. So we have meetings every month or so, and they are open for all. So it's a chance for the board to get together and discuss all the progress that we've made. But we really like to see new faces coming in with new suggestions. I mean, at the moment our main priority is raising funds. So this year's big focus is to look at the local funders like the Patty Factory, who have very kindly said they'll consider our proposal. We're trying to get charitable status so that if we do get a donation, the government will top that up. But we're still really on the lookout for community action, because lots of funders are keen to see that there are lots of local people involved. So if we could get small groups of people who go out and do their own events, you know, sponsored walks, sponsored swims, anything skatey or bikey or scootery or anything like that would be brilliant. And you know, the more visible and the more kind of positive that it is, the better for everybody, really. So there's lots of opportunities to join in.